Hi everyone, welcome back to World Class Inventors. This is video number 48 in the series, and I'm doing a continuation in part on provisional patents. So the question of the day is this, and it's an old expression. I don't know where it came from, but we'll run it through. To be or not to be, that is the question. So the question for you is to file or not to file a provisional patent. So I'm ambivalent towards it. When I wrote my World Class Inventors Handbook a while back, I was against provisional patent applications. I didn't have a grasp of what they were like I do now. I had my thoughts about it, but I wasn't pro-provisional. And I'm still on the fence about that to a point, although I'm a little bit more convinced of their value. So let's do this exercise. If you file a provisional, you're memorializing your idea with the USPTO, and it's good for a year. We know that. We've beaten the heck out of that dead horse. We also know that it elapses in 365 days. What the internet has told you, what the talking heads have told you, what a lot of the legal people out there have espoused, and it's incorrect in my opinion, is that you can take your provisional patent, you can go to a corporation that's bigger and better and stronger than you and could squash you like a little mosquito. And you're going to go to them and you're going to tell them what your idea is, and you're going to expose the inner workings of your idea. Perhaps even foolishly share with them your trade secrets if your product has trade secrets. And you're going to go there and you're going to believe that you're protected. You're going to believe that they can't file a patent for this. And I think that's where you're wrong. And they'll end up taking your little rear end to federal district court, because this is a United States federal code. It's a federal question, and the proper venue is federal district court. It's a very scary place. You're seeing what the court systems are like in America now, and it's a place you don't want to be, especially with a Goliath of a company and their unlimited funds compared to you. So you've been led to believe, and now I'm going to state my opinion and I'm going to put my stake in the ground, okay? Somebody has to. You've been led to believe that this provisional patent is bulletproof and it makes you bulletproof, and you can go and market your idea. You can start your business. You can do your website. You can do whatever you want to do and launch your business on a provisional patent. Well, a provisional patent, if you follow it through with a non-provisional, it matures, it gets more specific. As in college, it matriculates, it grows to a certain point where you're filing a non-provisional with claims and all the other things that the United States PTO is requiring you to do. All the hurdles you must jump over, all the United States codes under 35 USC you have to adhere to and pass muster on and get claims. The most important facet of a patent The protection comes from the patent itself. But when it's fought over in court, in federal district court, when it is fought over between you and the examiner, it's the claims. It's the elements in your claims compared to the elements in the other claims of the other patents in the prior art or information in the public domain that the examiner wants to use and boil down and come against you on a molecular level, depending on the brains and the ability of the examiner. And so, to digress, many of these examiners in their past lives were engineers, lawyers, physicists, electricians, analysts, doctors. Not all of them, but many of them. There's 10,000 of them. Most of them that you're going to come up against have a minimum of 15 years experience, and it goes to 40. These people are not lightweights. They're not dummies. They know this system. This system is the wind at their back, not at yours. You have the wind in your face. They have the 5,000 page plus manual of patent examination and the federal rules on intellectual property at their disposal, all kinds of federal and supreme state law cases, benchmark cases, of which we will get into some of that. Graham versus John Deere and KSR versus Teleflex when it comes to 35 USC 103, which is the high mark of trying to get past an examiner, which is called obviousness. And I'm going to do a whole treatise on that. And I've totally digressed. So anyway, a provisional patent, don't be deceived. It lacks teeth. It's got a little bit of a bark, maybe the bark of a chihuahua, but it doesn't have the teeth of a great white shark, which is found in your non-provisional patent. The patent with the claims, the patent that lays out the four corners of what you're protecting, the meat and bounds, just like a chunk of real estate, the meats and the bounds, which are shown on the survey. That's what you own. That's what your home or your condo is sitting on, is the meets and bounds of the surveys in degrees and in minutes. That's what your claims are. So don't get cocky that you filed a provisional patent, because in the end, in the final analysis, the patent examiner that you're going up against, and he or she is the judge, the jury, and the trial. And you are going to have to fight like the Dickens unless you are just so damn brilliant, I can't even comprehend it, that you're just going to pass muster and slide right through. What you may or may not know, and I'll do a ditty on this one too, is your patent application might go back and forth with an examiner for 3, 4, or 5 years. Now, how do I know that? I'll show you a couple sites on the internet where you can look up your examiner's name. It will show you the percentage of the patents that they approve, the percentage of the patents they disapprove. You can see their prior work that they've worked on and approved, and you can see whether they're a hard grader or an easier grader. And then the thing that really makes your heart drop to your feet is that they're average patent application sits on their desk going back and forth with you for 2.5, 3 years. Oh my God. The series that I'm doing now is this. You really have to want to do this. You really have to be in love with your idea. You have to know that it works. You have to know with all your heart and soul that there is a pot of gold for you at the end of this rainbow and that you're crafting your own lottery ticket. If you don't believe this, and if you're not willing to put in the time, the effort, the money, the energy, the dream force to get you up and over the bar, this is not a place for the faint of heart. And this patent process has been dumbed down and served up for the masses that, yeah, anybody can do it. Well, I don't think so. And that's why I'm doing this. I'm fresh out of the process. I'm going to reverse engineer it for you. And you can take what I'm sharing with you to heart. And you can also take it with a grain of salt. But you'll determine that. So I've written a couple books on it. I really wish you would check it out. The Journey, which is the greed of a dime. The World Class Inventors Handbook, where I reverse engineer the process. There's nobody else on the internet that's written books like this. Nobody who's crazy enough to put in 1,000+ hours to write a self-published book and then see it through and become the publisher and the editor and get it out there. Go ahead, search YouTube. Go ahead, search the internet. Go and find something. I don't think you're going to find somebody who's been able to sell their product in Walmart and sell a couple $100 million worth of product in the first couple months and so forth and so on. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you. I'm just trying to develop a little bit of credibility. Okay. I'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day, and God bless each and every one of you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.